crate?
Yes, for the pets they have to be on a crate, because imagine if you have dogs that don't get along, it can become quite a chaotic.
We don't have a crate anymore.
Well, as I said, the evacuation is the very, very last thing that we intend to do. But it doesn't hurt, even for Coco, they do make those wire things that can be folded and can be very easily stored if you think that you may need one. But when you have a community gatherings of people and pets, it becomes kind of hard to manage all of that. And we have a lot of pets here. So, speaking about that, there is one advice that I would say to our residents: communicate with your loved ones as well. We had an emergency situation in here, and I will have to be honest, the family member was very worried about their loved one. Rightly so, right? I would do the same for my mom and dad. And they tried to find our staff. They called Moorings Park, and they called made at least 8 phone calls to finally find my phone number. That in time of emergency, it is not a good thing, because then your kids will panic, or your friends, or whomever you want them to know. Feel free to give our contact information. We don't mind that. We are here to help you. So if your daughter calls me and says, "Where is my mom and dad?" I don't know exactly what to say. But if they don't know how to reach us, and for some reason your phone died and they are completely panicking over that, it is good for them to have a name or a phone number that can reach out, and we can say, put them in their mind at peace. It's just that, yes, they are fine and they are with us. Their phone just died.
So who should that, are you the contact?
Any one of our team, that entire sheet is, we all respond to our phones, so,
Okay.
and I don't mind mine either.
And we live close by too.
Yeah,
But we'll be here anyway.
we were joking about this. My husband is putting a zip line from my place where I live to here, so I don't even need transportation. So when does the preparation work begins? We begin early. For Ovi and I, we had no choice. We had a brand new community to open, right? So we started working on this manual very, very early. And it does help to be prepared early. So all our leadership teams in here on the other 2 communities, they review this manual probably around February. And then they do joint community meeting. We all gather as an organization, bigger organization, and we talk about these situations. And we also put assignments to our teams. So Moorings Park Original Campus is a larger campus, right? They have almost 850 residents. They have a lot of partners in there. So they have to put more efforts to organize their people. So they have come up with a system that is called the red and blue teams. The red team is the team of partners that is responsible for the time that the hurricane is happening. At that point, they organize the residents. They will be living here along with you. So they will not even go home. They will be here day and night, and they will be available to you for help with whatever you need. And then once the roads are open, the Team B will come in place and relieve Team A, and they will be the restoration team. They make sure that, the branches and the things are not on the landscaping is situated in a way that doesn't prohibit, traveling. They help with cleanup, they help with cleaning up of all the facilities and returning the life to normal. Now, saying that, this team, you have seen how they operate, right? No matter how much I try to say you are going to be red and you are going to be blue, I got from the team they all want to be a different color altogether. They want to be purple. And purple to them means that they will be here for whatever it takes. And to me, that speaks volume on the best group of people you can ever have. I am very proud to have them. So that is the red and blue and purple for us. What do we need from you? So we have prepared a lot of things in there, but we need your help. This is not something that just our team puts together and says, this is exactly what you are doing. We need your help with this. So for starters, we want you to fill out the hurricane plan. And you all did. Anybody here that has no doubt? I believe we got every single person. And where you specify your wishes on what you intend to do during that time. To us, that's very valuable information. I was very pleased to see that the majority of all our residents like to remain here with us. We love that. I think we will have a blast, no matter what the circumstances. But if you have any changes to those forms, please, Blake would be happy to provide a clean form for you, fill it out, give it to us. If your plans have changed and say, no, I changed my mind, I'm gonna go to my son in Georgia and stay, whatever those desires, we will honor whatever your desires are. Just simply let us know. Some of the preparations that we are asking the residents, as independent living residents that you are, make provisions for yourself. I would say that in here, our team will have some food in place. We'll try to get some, dry foods and canned foods and things that do not require preparation. We ask you to do the same. So for the month of September, and maybe you have already COVID-19, provisions. I did hear from one resident said, Katie, I have so much dry meat, it will last me 5 months. I said, I know where to come then. But make sure that your pantries will have adequate food that can be used for those few days where we may not have power, capacity to cook and prepare food, and we may not even be able to bring provisions of food from the other two campuses. Knowing Mornings Park, when the COVID situation was going on, I don't know if you realized, but my entire team got fresh lunch every single day while we moved you guys all in. And it was very, very much appreciated, because we didn't have time to stop for lunch or stop anything we were doing. So Mornings Park idea of serving the residents and us is that they will try to provide food every single day. But we have to, again, think about what if the roads are impassable? Then what happens then? So I would say my advice is we have put a list of some food items in there that the Unidyne manager gave to us. Choose your preferences. I looked at that list and I was like, there is no way on earth that I can survive with that kind of stuff. I need a little bit more, like where is the olive oil and the olives and the wines and all of those things. So you look at that list and accommodate it to your needs, but be aware of the fact that you cannot cook. We will have a small microwave here that can be used by all the residents, and we will help on any way that we possibly can. But think on that side, the worst possible scenario.
It will be a long line for the microwave.
Will be, but it will be okay. So we talked about all your options, and this was the form that I was referring to you, that you all have completed. We talked about sheltering at home, advantages, disadvantages of those. At the end of the day, this is your choice. All we can say to you is that it's our commitment to make it a great experience no matter what choice you choose to follow. If we were to evacuate, portion of the team will be ahead of the convoy of the buses to wait and prepare the hotel there. We normally there are 2 locations that we are partnered with. One is in Orlando and the other one is on the Panhandle. And those hotels will be expecting our residents, but we will send a team ahead of the time to make sure everything is ready for your arrival there. And then some of us will be traveling with you to make sure everything goes smooth that way. If that was to happen, I do have to say that a trip to Orlando that may take only 4 hours with a large grouping of residents like this can take a lot longer, because bathroom breaks will need to be done in there too. And we have more frail residents that will be coming with the rest of the fleet there too.
And high traffic.
And high traffic.
Katie,
Yes.
so you're traveling with the pet, are the pets in a separate vehicle, or are they
Yes.
separate vehicles?
Actually, I think they said they provide both options.
They do, but I think the last that I heard was that they provide a special vehicle for the pets. But we understand. Don't we all love your pets? You think that we want anything bad to happen? If we see that one of them is in such distress, we will all adopt your pets, or we will let the pet be with you. So that's the luxury of having a smaller community. In a way, we call those shots, right? We want the best. We just want to make sure that we have those provisions, but if those don't meet the needs of each individual, we will be working with every single person to make sure that the needs are met. Yes?
If the pet is traveling in a separate place, once we get where we're going, will they be with us?
Yes. Yes, they will be with you. And if we are to be here in a more communal setting, in the clubhouse, the pets will probably have the other little room that can be designated for them to be.
Some of us have been through something like that already.
Yeah.
I have, at Irma.
It's not a fun situation.
No, but it worked.
It did, yeah. And we will make it work in here as well. So we talked about if there was to be a mandatory evacuation. So we talked about your responsibilities. The one big thing, the biggest thing on any situation like this, in my opinion, and I think you'd all agree, is communication. Clear communication at all times. Making sure that we are staying in the most updated information that we can and giving that to you and you taking, the appropriate decision under those circumstances. And we'll talk about what do we utilize to communicate to the residents. And this is a little bit more than just a hurricane preparedness, but I wanted to kind of give you a summary of what we use, because it has been quite a few, there are a few of those elements, and I wanted to make sure that it's clear to everybody. In this community, for leisure activities, we have used Constant Contact. That is the email that you get, the weekly newsletter, all the news about different activities. That is called Constant Contact. We try not to use Constant Contact for emergencies. What we use for emergencies is a different system that is called InformaCast. InformaCast has been used to give you news about the COVID situation. That is the main platform that is utilized when it comes to emergency situation. And we will do that, whatever we have, you can do those kind of announcements from my cell phone. I don't even have to have a computer.